Hey guys, welcome to Sippin' and Spillin'. Sid here from 3 Mississippi. We are fixing to have a real bad storm and be under tornado watches. In fact, I don't know if y'all can hear the beeping in the background. Frankie's bus just dropped her off several hours early. They cut school today because the storm's supposed to hit about 3 o'clock. And from like 3 to 6, there's supposed to be potentially uh, tornado watch and severe thunderstorm and all that good stuff. So they went ahead and cut school for the kids. So she's walking back up right now. But as you can see behind me, there's a bit of a mess. um, you guys know we've been working on doing the driveway and extending the gravel out here. So last night, Mike actually came out here with Kenny, the Kubota, and dragged this and kind of gutted back here and all the way up to the shop's front door. Um, he kind of raked out a bunch of the uh, gravel and got it all ready for the geotextile fabric that he's going to have to put down. There's still gravel in through here. I'm not sure what his game plan is here. I think this spot's just getting more gravel, but this spot back here is going to get some of the fabric. And then the spot around the tree, I don't know if y'all can see those, like that orange flag right there. There's a few of them. We're going to be putting the gravel in kind of a half circle out there, which we did a sipping and spilling on a couple weeks ago. But he's hoping to get the gravel delivered this week. So this whole area, he just kind of gutted it last night. I didn't even know he was going to do that, but he did it. And he sort of scooped up some, and we had like a low spot over here because this whole area here up to that pad that sticks out is all going to be gravel right here in a big square kind of coming off from this driveway here, so that we could have a little bit more actual parking instead of people just kind of having to be stuck in the driveway and not having a spot to turn around when this kind of area here gets real muddy where we are on the edges of where the gravel is. So that's sort of his game plan for that, and our game plan for what we want to do out here to kind of make more room for parking, make it easier for turning around, and be able to have, some in and out of that. So this was a big step that he did yesterday. But we did a bunch of birds the other day, day after Mike's birthday on Saturday, day before Easter. We only did about 15, not about, we did 15 birds. And I ended up doing most of them. Mike wasn't feeling so hot, and so I think he did about 4 or so that he eviscerated, and then I ended up doing the rest of them, which was fine. Frankie helped me a little bit. She would go get the birds, and she would grab the next bird and stick it in the cone, and but I did the majority of it. In the video that'll be coming out Friday, it's going to look like Mike did it all because I filmed him doing like the first bird. So it's going to look like he did it all, but reality, I ended up doing them. And sometimes it goes that way. Sometimes um, thunder is coming. That storm is coming. It's moving in. It's moving in, y'all. Um, but yeah, I was able to get a little bit of a dent in them. We moved all the ones out from the brooder in the garage. I'm hoping the storm doesn't mess with the birds too much as far as um, the ones that we're getting shipped this week, the turkey poults, and my friend's goslings, and my one gander. So I'm hoping that they haven't shipped out yet. I haven't gotten that email yet, but I know it'll be. I'm gonna guess that Thursday is probably when they're gonna arrive. But if they don't ship out by Wednesday morning at the latest, then they won't be here Thursday. So we'll see. And then it also depends on where they're coming from. So we'll have to kind of see. But we had, gosh, you could see how dark the clouds are over there. It's gonna storm tonight. Definitely gonna storm tonight. Um, so I'm glad Frankie made it home safely. She actually texted me this morning to see if her friend could come over because they had a few hours in between when school got out and when they had practice for color guard that her friend and her are both trying out for. And I said, yeah, that's fine. Just take the bus home and then I'll drive you guys back to town. It started raining. I just why I'm walking under here. Um, but uh, practice then, of course, got canceled. So, or moved to Thursday, I should say. It got postponed to Thursday. So, uh, so now she's just practicing and getting ready for Thursday. But we got our first hummingbirds this week. Um, we On Friday actually was when I saw my first one, and they've been coming. Not a whole bunch of them yet. It's still early, but it's gonna start picking up now. I mean, not right now because it's storming; they're all hiding. But it'll start picking up, and we'll start getting more birds out here, and that's exciting because I love when the birds come and I've got their feeders out here, and the one hanging right here by the window that I can see when I'm in there cooking or doing dishes. So I always like to see them out there. It's always kind of fun. I've actually I was down for the count a little bit. Sunday after we had Sunday lunch, I had tweaked my back again. I never fully recovered from the last time. And then I was pulling the chicken tractor and I kind of popped it again. So that was a bummer. So yesterday I kind of just took a day and vegged. I took some anti-inflammatory drugs. I put the Lidoderm patch on. I tried to do some stretching. I took a muscle relaxer, just kind of threw everything I could at it to try to get it to calm down. And it's better today. Definitely not 100%. And I still feel groggy from the one muscle relaxer I took like well over 24 hours ago. So those things they hit me hard, but it did help some. And my hostas, guys, look at my hostas. I don't know if y'all can see. Look at that. They're coming in big. The ones on this side are not quite as big yet, but they're coming. This is going to storm. It's going to storm. And I'm working on a video of doing the chickens like I mentioned, but we also managed to catch on film. You guys know we had a problem with Dan getting out of the fence line and the goat pasture. And everybody I know was saying, oh, he's getting over the top. Put a line of hot wire. And I'm like, I'm telling you guys, I know my goat. He's not going over the top. I know my goats. I've had these goats for years. They have never climbed over a fence. They are not climbers like that. I know he's going under. And I had shown Mike where I'm like, look, there's a couple spots where I think he could be going under. Well, they never finished on the one side putting which I didn't realize, the T-posts didn't have the ties on them. They had wrapped them, I guess, temporarily with, I guess, a zip tie, but that had come off, which I did not know. And so it was one of those things where I was like, okay, well, the fence looks intact. I could see a couple spots where I was like, well, there's a little bit of a gap, but anyway, I kept saying, I think he's getting out underneath. And we were out there processing the other day, and he got out like 4 or 5 times while we were there processing, but we never saw it happen. And I'm like, look, I know that I've been looking, and I can see that he's not going over, because every time I glance over there, he's not going over. And Mike had set up the security camera to face that way, and it wasn't triggering it. So I'm like, I really don't think he's going over, because it would have triggered it if he was going over the fence. But if he's sneaking under, it may not trigger the motion detector because he's kind of army crawling underneath. And long story short, I see him start to walk over to the side of the fence line where I had decided that was the side he was getting out. I had at least determined that just from where he was appearing. And I'm watching the top of the fence line, but there's a little bit of a hill, so I couldn't see the bottom of it. But I'm watching the top, and I'm watching him, and I'm watching him, and then I couldn't see him because of the little rise. And I come around the little rise around the corner, and he's just appeared on the other side of the fence line and the other side of the pasture. And I'm like, he's going under 100%. Well, then I investigated the fence, and you could see where it would just pull away. And he could have just pushed it out and gone underneath. And that's exactly what was happening. Frankie actually went back to go fix it. Oh, it's starting to come down now. Frankie actually went out there to fix it, and Frankie's taken off in the side-by-side for something, I don't know. Anyway, went over there to fix it, and he got out while she was fixing it again, and she was able to get a little video of it. So that I'm going to make a short out of it, but we're also going to have that probably in Friday's video as well, since it happened while we were processing the birds. Probably going to put that in there too. But I was glad, number one, that I got to say, I told you so. Because I was very insistent about, like, hey, I know he's getting out under. I know my goats. I know what's going on. And Mike was like, no. Oops, lightning. And everything. And so he told me that day, he's like, you get to say it today and today only. Well, this doesn't count because this is a sipping and spilling, and I didn't get a chance to film a sipping and spilling. But it's crack-a-lacking out here now. But anyway, guys, we did catch it. We were able to fix it. Since the fence has been fixed, Mike had to fix one more spot because she missed a spot, and so he fixed that, and now he really hasn't gotten out. So it's all good now. He has not gotten out, which is good news, because that means that Mike can actually start to finish planting the rest of his starts that he made into the ground without fear of the goat having a buffet, because he can't push that fence out anymore and just scoot. And he was doing exactly like I said. He was tucking up his little legs, flattening himself out, getting his head out, and then kind of wriggling himself out like a little goat snake. So, but he did. He's a little sneaky booger, but he did it. But now he's contained again, so hopefully he doesn't try to, now that he's been out, try to go back in. And even though their pasture's coming back, I did have Mike drop another bale of hay in there just to help, because I said, that hay bale's getting low. It's getting to the point where, there's not as much there. So that may be part of why he was wanting to wander. So he dropped another bale of teal. But so far so good. He's been contained. But no more escaping goats. No more. So happy about that. And just hopefully he keeps that up and stays put. So anyway, guys, that's what's been going on here the last few days. I hope y'all are staying blessed. And remember, safety's off.